If we don't know our rights, do we really have them? Equality cannot simply be stated or assumed. It must be in the groundworks of society. To be equal is to be the same in status, rights, and opportunities. We may be given our rights and liberties as stated in the Bill of Rights and the Declaration of Independence, but containing the knowledge of these rights is essential for maintaining a free society. We cannot have liberty without equality. To understand liberty and equality, we must first define them. Liberty is the state of being free within society from oppressive restrictions imposed by authority on one's way of life, behavior, or political views. Equality is the state of being equal, especially in status, rights, and opportunities. The Declaration of Independence is a written-out rebellion against British oppression, eloquently worded to demand independence from the Crown. It was a call for liberty on the grounds of inequality. The colonists were over the high taxes and coming second to Britain. They recognized their rights being impeded upon and were hardly being treated equal to the Brits, so they called for separation from Great Britain to rebuild what rights they had lost. How did it come to this? The new king had claimed that they were free and able to develop their own way of living in the New World, when the truth of the matter was that they had high taxes with little room to make ends meet. The colonists were told that they were free, when in reality they were under oppressive restrictions, meaning there was a lack of equality and equal opportunities were scarce. The Bill of Rights is the first 10 amendments of the Constitution, written by James Madison, to ensure the validity of the Constitution's ability to protect the people and limit the government's power. This document enabled the Constitution to be ratified and establishes the core of America's equal rights that have been called into question so many times throughout the Supreme Court's career. But where inequality has been very prominent throughout American history has been within the Black community, where racial prejudices have oppressed our fellow Americans. Nothing exploits the melancholic impacts of racism as Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye, as she takes us through a narrative story following a young Black girl named Pecola, as she handles hate within her community and personal hardships that no little girl should ever have to experience. Morrison's telling novel explains the true impact that Black oppression, caused by white superiority, had on the next generation in the 40s and 50s in America. The hate centered around Pecola, as she longed for the blue eyes and white skin that were considered beautiful by her community, but her community rejected her to make themselves feel better. The fact that she thought beauty lied within a different skin color than her own proves that the so-called liberty that America gained from Britain is invalid, as equality was certainly not present within the U.S. during this time. Nikki Giovanni, in her poem Rosa Parks, explains the circumstance for writing her poem within the stanzas with the repetition of "This is for the Pullman porters" to establish a compelling fight for the Black community. Giovanni pays homage to the Pullman porters, who were men hired to work on the railroads as porters on sleeping cars. She praises them while also highlighting the fact that she shouldn't have to praise them for their work, as they shouldn't have been put in the circumstances to do so. She cleverly tied in the connection between the Pullman porters and Rosa Parks, which sparked the No movement. She showed how Parks further fueled the civil rights movement. Since this time, America has grown and come to terms with modern beliefs. Contemporary artists such as Khalid are able to earn their own, such as he did with American Teen. The album is simply about how it is to grow up as an American teen, young, dumb, and broke. Artists of color are now able to sell their work and make statements about whatever they want. Though we don't have as much racial prejudice in our country today, that doesn't mean it's non-existent. If we don't know what's happening, is it actually happening? The answer, of course, is yes. So we cannot achieve liberty without equality, because a country needs both to truly claim freedom.